Thank you for joining us today for Bridging the IT Talent Gap, Keeping Pace with Change Through Workforce Development. I'm Leslie Deutsch from TEKsystems Global Services with my colleague from Per Scholas, Damian Howard. How are you today, Damian?
I'm doing well, Leslie, and thank you. I'm excited for us to be here, sharing our thoughts about the IT landscape and workforce development. I wish we all could be together for Interop live and in person, but it's a pleasure to have this time with you and all of those watching today.
Agreed. I'm here staying safe with my family in Rochester, New York. Hope everyone tuning in today is safe and well. Before we dive into our topic, let us tell you a little bit about our backgrounds. Again, I'm Leslie Deutsch, Director of Learning Solutions at TEKsystems Global Services, a full stack technology and talent services provider. We're a team of 80,000 strong, working with over 6,000 clients, including 80% of the Fortune 500 across North America, Europe, and Asia. We work with companies to address their digital transformation and technology needs, including strategy, implementation, and talent services. I've been with TEKsystems for more than 8 years, helping to innovate our approach to learning and development and ultimately setting our customers up for long-term success. Prior to TEKsystems, I have worked within learning and development for 20 years across different industries, all focused around helping people achieve their professional goals and growth. And now, Damian, would you like to tell us a little bit about yourself and Per Scholas?
Thank you, and sure thing, Leslie. I'm Damian Howard. I'm here in the great state of New York as well, specifically in the Bronx. I'm the Executive Vice President of Social Ventures at Per Scholas, which is a national tech training nonprofit. Per Scholas was founded more than 25 years ago with a mission to open doors to transformative technology careers for individuals from underserved communities and beyond. We're focused on creating opportunity, closing the skills divide, and achieving diversity. I'm responsible for launching and scaling revenue-generating enterprises that fuel innovation across the organization and provides working capital to reinvest back into Per Scholas' education and technology capabilities. Prior to my current role, I led our employer engagement team as well. I also led the asset recovery service, which has been in existence since the inception of our firm. I've been with Per Scholas for more than 19 years, helping to drive Per Scholas' long-term growth and entrepreneurial initiatives. But why are Leslie and I here today together? Let me give you some basics about the TEKsystems and Per Scholas partnership, a partnership that I'm extremely proud to be a part of. Per Scholas and TEKsystems came together in 2015 to develop strong and diverse talent pipelines across the U.S. Now we have customized training tracks in Baltimore, Boston, Charlotte, Chicago, Detroit, and Philadelphia. Through this partnership, Per Scholas will train hundreds of people for careers in technology, including a significant number in network support positions and as full-stack Java developers. As a hiring and training partner, TEKsystems has hired more than 475 of our graduates to date and is on target to hire hundreds more by 2022. Later in the presentation, I'll talk more about our partnership. That's enough background to get us started, though. Let us get into what we're going to talk about today. Back to you, Leslie.
Thanks, Damian. I'd like to give you a roadmap of where we're going today, what we'll be talking about, and what insight you can bring back to your teams. To start us off, Damian will talk about the current IT landscape and how to create opportunity when there is a shortage of talent, so you understand the current landscape and how to create opportunities in this market. Next, I'll dive into workforce development and how to build a resilient workforce, with the goal to show you how to know what skills are critical and how to develop your teams as technology evolves. Then Damian will talk about how customized training can work and how to unlock potential through a diverse workforce, and hope that you will recognize the power of training and building diverse teams. Then we'll wrap up with some closing takeaways from our session. Damian, want to get us started?
Sure thing, Leslie. First, let's set the stage. There's been a shortage of IT talent for years. All the while, there is a growing need for skilled IT talent. The demands on organizations to keep pace with technology advancements are higher than ever. In light of COVID-19, many organizations' digital transformation projects in the pipeline became even more urgent due to remote working environments. The demands on IT professionals will only continue to grow as companies adjust to a digital workforce in an increasingly virtual world. Enabling an agile, skilled workforce will only fuel economic recovery, helping individuals and enterprises get back on track the right way. So let's look at the current landscape and how the workforce is evolving with the pace of change. You will see here that this data looks at the growth of IT jobs relative to all other jobs, with examples of headwinds to growth and why a skills gap exists and isn't likely to go away anytime soon. Of course, you will see here there was a shortage of IT talent before COVID, but now reliance on technology has only grown precipitously. The demand for skilled IT talent will only continue to increase. IT jobs are projected to grow 12%, which is twice the national rate over the next decade. But talent is still scarce. The supply of highly skilled IT talent is constrained due to bachelor's degrees minimums that many companies have. There are also experience requirements, large retiring workforce, and H-1B visa uncertainty, which all limits international employee hiring. When you look at computer science graduation rates, they have grown in the last 10 years, but are well below other technical industries.
Damien, another stat from the Bureau of Labor Statistics that I found interesting is that only 59% of computer science graduates report working in a job that is closely related to their degree.
Leslie, that is absolutely correct. Those who do pursue computer science and technology may not necessarily be working in a career related to their degree. It's actually quite incredible. So we see that talent is scarce, right? But let's talk more about the skills gap I mentioned earlier. We've put together data here to help illustrate where those skill gaps are. These numbers are based on some broad skill sets compared to active candidates and job postings to help illustrate the lack of talent. Leslie, from your experience, how does this match up with what you've seen with your clients?
Yeah, I think it is spot on to what I'm seeing as well. And it will be interesting to see how these broad categories will change over time, with many organizations moving to the cloud and the impact it will have with even larger talent and skill gaps in these technology areas.
Leslie, that is interesting. Now that we just dove into the details of the skills gaps here, let's go high level again and think about our country's unemployment rates, which is really relevant. Here is 2009 through 2019 overall unemployment rate compared to IT unemployment rate. Now, don't worry. I'll get to 2020 unemployment in a minute, but let's look back first. Over the last decade, the IT unemployment rate, noted here in red, is roughly half the overall unemployment rate in the US. Since 2010, the IT talent market has continued to tighten, meaning that talent is more and more difficult to find. You can see that IT unemployment is consistently lower than the overall unemployment rate. Now 2020. We can see this devastating fact where there is more than 40 million Americans that have filed for unemployment since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic. But relatively, IT unemployment remains low. So far, IT unemployment is averaging about 3.5%. Now let's consider year-over-year change, noted in that table to the right. Year-over-year change for overall unemployment is about 4.7%. For IT unemployment, it's 3.1%. While the market has loosened, IT is still feeling the effects from years of talent shortages and pent-up demand. So how do we respond to this? We need IT talent, but it is still scarce. Here's a couple of things that we can consider. We can, one, win the war for talent. This is highly competitive and can be costly. Or we can reskill our existing workforce. We can leverage and invest in the valuable professionals you have already. We can develop role-based upskilling programs and customized training for a new talent workforce. We can identify, attract, prepare, and retain the new talent that we could bring on board to your organization. Or implement new approaches. We can empower and enable speed, agility, and innovation with our solution. It's safe to say that preparing new talent and upskilling the workforce cannot be addressed solely by higher ed. And as digital transformation evolves, technology enables new approaches to business. As legacy systems retire, many trained on those systems need to learn new skills. Many companies are looking to emerging technologies like AI, automation, and more in order to meet current business demands. So whether you're looking at this from an enterprise level as a manager or taking the standpoint of an IT professional navigating through this industry, you must think about how your company and you as individuals can quickly and efficiently address your IT needs in terms of skill sets and human resources.
Thanks, Damien. Those statistics are fascinating. Being in the field, I see it day in and day out. But stepping back and looking at the landscape puts it into perspective. No matter where you are in your career or how long you've been in the industry, it's good to take a minute and look back at that macro level view. Now, I want to talk to you managers and leaders out there. Even if you aren't leading a team now, you may one day. And it's critical to know that the future starts and ends with the power of your people. How do you build resilient teams within this IT landscape that Damien mentioned? How do you change the way people work and learn to positively impact your business? Think workforce transformation, ranging from reskilling your existing employees and your existing team members or upskilling and growing talent you need with future-facing skills. You must provide learning experiences that foster innovation in a high-paced change environment while accelerating business results, all requiring resiliency among your teams. A common problem faced by organizations is not being able to hire, identify, and onboard technical talent fast enough in these new and emerging technologies. Organizations are responding in a variety of ways to create programs and provide opportunities to their current employees, as well as creating new avenues to develop a pipeline of talent for their organization. As demand for new capabilities outstrips the supply of talent with current skills, organizations need to acquire talent faster than higher education can produce. Traditional corporate learning and development is too limited and it's reactionary, and out-of-date skills are having an impact on businesses. At TEKsystems, we work with our clients to align the skills they need in their workforce with their business goals. The solution is to create a living skills pipeline in a time of talent scarcity by creating these upskilling and reskilling programs as well as customized training programs. To dive a bit deeper on upskilling programs, the goals of these types of programs are creating opportunities to build a diverse, sustainable pipeline of local entry-level talent that addresses the staffing challenges where market demand outweighs supply for leading edge skill sets in a cost-effective manner. Damien will spend time as we go through today diving into specifically how technical boot camps and training focused in on these upskilling programs work to build in-demand skills in a condensed period. Reskilling programs focus on internal employees and help employees grow within their current role and prepare for the next role. These programs consist of role-based technical learning paths as well as team coaching and mentoring. How do these learning and development programs all fit together to provide an overall learning and growth journey to encourage development, growth, and resiliency within your teams? Looking at the image here, starting at the left, as organizations create new talent pipelines and integrate in junior and diverse candidates, a key piece here is how you onboard and bring them into your organization. Formal onboarding programs are so important. They're a key factor for hiring great talent and ramping them up to be productive quickly. We recommend ensuring that you have a holistic onboarding program that includes role-based specifics and prepares them to be successful in their job. They gain the confidence needed that he or she can do the job, and it prevents attrition, which is vital to company growth. Moving to the right, as employees gain proficiency in their current role, you need to continue to provide advancing career opportunities to expand within their current role and get ready for their next role. let's take a minute to talk about how to map different skills to assist with building resiliency as the environment and technology changes. Individuals in current positions are eager to update their skills. New job entrants are needing to know how to compete with skills and talents for today's and future's opportunities. We group the key skills into high-level categories for development teams in the following areas, starting with process and framework skills like Scrum, Agile, knowledge of your overall software development lifecycle, next functional skills such as release and change management and testing. Another area, automation skills, for example, test automation, architecture, and performance testing. Technical skills, knowledge in multiple programming languages and cloud platforms. And last but definitely not least, human skills, also referred to as soft skills or power skills, which includes collaboration, interpersonal skills, problem solving, flexibility. Human skills are not easy to train, and the expertise really comes with time, training, and mentoring. The skill requirements of your industry will continue to evolve, and so will the skills of your workforce. But the only way to ensure that those skills, requirements, and competencies will overlap is to assess employees' current skills, map their required skills, and build a training and development program that closes the gap. While this represents a significant undertaking, organizations that succeed will find learning and development to be a powerful strategic advantage in remaining competitive and innovative in the future of work. So as organizations are creating these technical upskilling and reskilling programs, there are some other factors that they need to be intentional about to effectively integrate these newly skilled resources into their teams. I'll highlight a few that are shown here. Managers need to lead and manage different. Train leadership to look at development as a part of employees' daily life, instill a growth mindset, and focus on those power skills I mentioned earlier. Provide consistent communications, which will create excitement in the organization for these new avenues and programs. And focus on employee and learner experience and creating a continuous learning environment and platform that is flexible to the changing skills needed. Lastly, provide employees with easy to use and collaborative tools to prove mastery and validate the learning of these new skills.
Leslie, you have shared some really great insights here. It's so interesting. Do you have a real world example that can help bring this to life for us?
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. So we're working with a large insurance provider. We developed and delivered a comprehensive training program to upskill and supply qualified entry-level Angular JS developers. The program included a learning analysis, a role-based curriculum design, recruiting, technical assessment, training, and mentoring. It became clear that a blended learning approach was where the trainees would receive a combination of education, experience, and exposure would be the most efficient way to maximize the local talent pool. Mentor development was critical here, as the client's developers did not have mentoring experience. To address that, we put in place a mentoring program that provided a way for lead developers to build the skills in becoming mentors. The mentorship piece of the program was critical to the success of the entry-level developers to ensure they were supported and had guidance in their new environment. Through the different cohorts, we increased retention in the team by 13% and had $1 million cost savings year over year.
Thanks, Leslie. It's clear that no matter if you're looking to build your team or simply upskill yourself or your existing team, the only constant that you will run into will be change. You will be faced with either recruiting or upskilling, both which are ongoing challenges for the IT industry. Developing and recruiting the right workforce requires more than just finding the right person with the right skills, as Leslie mentioned. First, we have a diversity disparity in the IT industry as illustrated here. You can see the percentages of various groups and a clear underrepresentation for many. When you look at this, only 8% of the IT workforce is Black. And as our country grapples with racial equity, now is the time for our industry to move to more inclusive, diverse workforces. Companies need individuals to be aware of the possibility of personal biases, as well as institutional bias that works against hiring a more diverse IT workforce. We can work together with you to effectively close this diversity gap. Now more than ever, we are able to successfully create pathways for building equity of access to IT job opportunities within your organization through cost-efficient partnership solutions that can increase employee satisfaction and productivity, and actually improves your company's productivity and financial performance. With that said, I have to let you know that Per Scholas is a national nonprofit that provides rigorous and tuition-free technology training and professional development to individuals often excluded from tech jobs. In doing so, we're able to advance economic equity through tech education by connecting diverse and skilled talent to top employers. Since 1995, Per Scholas has trained more than 11,000 individuals in tech skills, building bridges to careers and technologies for an undiscovered talent pool. By 2023, we hope to reach 4,000 individuals annually from diverse communities and cities across the country. Independently, third-party data proves that we're helping to activate positive and potentially lifelong improvements in communities nationally. We are proud to have a high graduation rate as well, and job placement rates, both of which exceed 80% on average. And 87% of Per Scholas learners are people of color, and 31% are women, both underrepresented demographics in the tech industry. Many of today's most promising career opportunities are in the tech sector, but not every person has access to those opportunities. With that said, we collaborate with businesses to design industry and job-specific courses based on employers' IT needs. The skills-based training tracks are determined by the types of technological initiatives organizations are investing in currently that will be relevant to your local market and may include skills relevant to tracks like cybersecurity, software engineering, and even data engineering, just to name a few. We teach tailored technology skills and professional development to highly motivated learners from overlooked talent pools. That is our primary focus. We match talented graduates to employers, providing career support throughout the process to help build their success along their career path. We want to hear directly from you as employers. What skills do you need, and what is the culture of your organization? We take a very specific and nuanced approach to building diverse talent pipelines. And evidence of this can be found in our solid TEKsystems partnership. Together, we pivoted over the years to respond to market needs. In 2018, we determined a need for intensive tech training. We've built customized training programs, as I mentioned earlier, in Baltimore, Boston, Charlotte, Chicago, Detroit, and even in Philadelphia. And to date, 475 graduates have been hired through this TEKsystems partnership. Over the next 3 years, strategically, this partnership will provide tuition-free training to hundreds of job seekers in these cities to meet specific market and customer demands. Our organizations see the value in each other. We're building skills across different industries together, which is amazing. This partnership strengthens our ability to deliver solutions that enable people and organizations to take advantage of new and innovative solutions to filling their IT staffing requirements. I have to say, like Leslie mentioned earlier about the importance of mindset, also power skills and soft skills, we are supporting our learners who may not have the background and the foundations for those skills. Per Scholas provides a much needed alternative to traditional IT education. Each training track provides practical hands-on training to our participants, along with long-term career guidance and placement support as well. Sometimes it involves coaching someone who may not have worked in an office ever before. But it's very important for us to note that these candidates are highly vetted and committed and talented. The program requires every candidate to complete a rigorous application process. This is a full-time program, and they are spending 40 plus hours a week for 12 plus weeks immersed in learning. Individuals in the program must also adhere to a strict attendance policy throughout the program. The no tolerance policy is designed to set the standard for accountability in the workplace. These candidates are highly capable and excited. Upon graduation, they are ready to put their newly acquired certifications and skills to work. As we mentioned, through this partnership, we're proud to have many graduate success stories. Here are two stories we would like to elevate for you to consider. David Jarvis. He is an epic deployment lead at a healthcare institution in Philadelphia. His interest in technology as a young man evolved into a career of passion. He excelled at many of his roles throughout the beginning of his career without any formal education or training. However, when the time came, when he was ready to advance, David struggled to prove his capabilities to prospective employers. David came across an ad for Per Scholas, Philadelphia's network support A+, Net Plus certification training on Indeed.com. He graduated from our Philadelphia cohort earlier this year and was quickly promoted to team lead. One note about David, he could continue to work full-time and participate in one of our most intensive courses. It's just such an incredible achievement and show of resiliency that all of our students actually have. Leslie, would you mind sharing another student success story with us?
Sure. Thanks, Damien. Another inspirational story of the impact of this program is with Zabaria out of Baltimore. After many years as a stay-at-home mom raising 4 children, Zabaria was ready to enter the job market. Although she saw much potential for career progress in the IT sector, Zabaria lacked the necessary IT experience needed to get started in a tech career. She knew that technology was the future, but needed the training and the experience to help her become a standout technologist. Zabaria discovered Per Scholas in Baltimore through a friend and enrolled as a network support specialist. She graduated last year and went on to start her new journey as a desktop analyst with TEKsystems Global Services, and within a year has been promoted to a team lead. These are just 2 examples of the amazing stories of transformation for the graduates of these programs through Per Scholas. So we've covered a lot today. We hope our conversation was valuable and that you can go back to your teams with new insights and can look at your career in the IT industry and think about how the talent gap may have impacted you and your organization. To wrap up, here are some key takeaways from today. Prepare for change. The IT talent landscape is ever evolving, but we can create opportunity for ourselves and our organizations we work at. Implement workforce development strategies and focus on finding and building the right mindset and power skills, no matter the technology. Seek talent from diverse pipelines and utilize the power of customized training programs. Thank you all for tuning in. Damien, thank you for co-presenting with me today.
Thank you so much, Leslie. Really appreciate the opportunity. I'm grateful to share the virtual stage with you. For everyone listening, please find us on LinkedIn and connect with us. Check out our websites, TEKsystems.com and perscholas.org for more information about the marvelous work that we do together. Thanks again.